Well, hello, Apple Biters and Apple Teenies. It's Celeste, aka Sister Slayer, here with the Bitten Apple TV Apple Bites Live. And it is Saturday, a week before Thanksgiving. And here is my
Whoop, whoop.
co-host, Rit Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanksgiving's coming up and my tummy's getting ready.
Oh my goodness, me too. Is there anything that you do? Do you prep a certain dish for Thanksgiving? Is there anything that you specifically do that's your task for cooking?
I am the cleaner. I clean whatever hits the
Oh, can you clean my house afterwards when you finish? I'll come get
long as
clean
you
my
feed
kitchen
me.
for me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. My husband doesn't know anything about that. Like when I cook, I also have to clean and everything. But that would be awesome. Oh my goodness, you're the cleaner. So you don't have
Yeah,
anything
she
special
cooks,
that you
I
cook.
clean. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. What's your favorite dish for Thanksgiving, by the way?
I have to have turkey every Thanksgiving. I know that it's too cliche, but in our home we get pernil.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
yeah.
So
So we
so
get the turkey and the pernil, and I wait for my pastelillos to come to me so I can eat them.
okay, so do you get the like the Puerto Rican pasteles? Like the kind that you actually
We
put
have
the
the pasteles too, but for some reason I don't like them. I've tried them a couple times.
uh-huh.
I like the pastelillos, which is the
The
meat
little bitty
filled.
the
Oh my
beef
god,
things,
they're
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But the pasteles, I've tried it a couple times, and it just doesn't sit well with me. They're a fabulous dish. I wish I liked them, but
You know, my friend Vicky, she used to make those pasteles for me, and
Mhm.
she would tell me how long it took to cook those pasteles.
Right.
You know, and I would put them in the freezer and I would eat them like, 2 days later
Oh
and
yeah,
everything like that.
we have a bunch of them in the freezer here.
You know what I loved about those pasteles when it had like the carne de res in it, like the beef, the shredded beef or whatever.
Yeah.
But then when
Hmm.
it had like the little oliva, the little olive in it,
The
oh my
olives. Yeah.
gosh, oh, it's so delicious. But I have to tell you that my favorite dish when it comes to that special holiday is pernil. And
I love pernil. Yeah.
not everybody knows how to make pernil
No.
very well.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of like the black people's potato salad. You ask who made the pernil, and based on that, you go like, okay, I'll eat it. But not
Yes,
if
it's
somebody
so
else made it.
funny. That's
Mhm.
always the question. It's always asked in Spanish households, who made the pernil? And it's
Yeah,
always like
who
they're like,
made
oh
it?
my gosh, she made it. I'm coming.
Yes, I'll be there. Yeah, that's like with the greens or anything like that. You bring it
Exactly.
up. Who made the greens? Oh no, no. Who Miss Aunt? Who? Oh no, I won't eat those. But
It's a staple of Thanksgiving, but I always find it weird. Is sweet potato.
yeah, but sweet potato actually is not indigenous of the United States. It's an African plant that was brought here by Africans, believe it or not, way before slavery. They brought these sweet potatoes, and that sweet potato um, is a staple in a lot of African foods. So you're
I
going
didn't
to
know
see a
that.
lot of people, yeah, you're going to see a lot of people eating sweet potatoes, one of those things that we make sweet potato pie, we make sweet potato everything,
See,
and
but
it's
that's
good.
my thing. I'm like, okay, I eat the sweet potato, but it should be on the dessert.
Well, it
It should
depends.
not be part of my.
Now, no, it depends on how it's made. It depends on how
Okay,
it's made.
I've just had sweet potato.
So my friend Sandra Hope told me the other day that her mother, was Native American, made something called mother's pie with the sweet
Interesting.
potato,
Hmm.
and she actually put dough on it, and she seasoned it with allspice and all the things that you would season a sweet potato pie with, which incidentally is very hard to make. My grandfather was the master of sweet potato pies, who is also of indigenous heritage, so he was like phenomenal when it came to sweet potato pies. It's a really hard thing to bake because of the consistency that it has to be, and you don't want it to be too stringy in the pie when you make the pie. So she told me that her mother made this thing called mother's pie, and I was like, well, dang, that's a dessert. That was part of y'all side dish when you ate. She goes, yeah, that was like, you eat it with the greens, you eat it with the turkey, you eat it whatever. She said that was, it. So there is this fine line that sweet potatoes actually ride. Is it sweet and dessert, or is it? Yes, exactly. Because the sweet potato in itself is a sweet,
Yeah, exactly. It's already
sweet
sweet as it is.
starch.
Hmm.
But then when you add all the other stuff, it becomes even more sweet. I actually went.
Marshmallow. Oh my God.
Exactly, exactly. Which incidentally, I make a sweet potato casserole that's out of this world, and it sounds. And when I make it, it's like dessert. I
See?
mean, you put oatmeal cookies on the bottom as like a crust, and then you put
Ooh.
like, yeah. I look, I hooked it. I hook it up. It's really good, but it's like dessert. I don't know. Some people's vegetable is some people's dessert, I guess.
It's so funny. I don't think I still believe it should be there. I just don't feel
Mhm.
like it's part of my meal. That's a
Yeah,
little too sweet for what I'm eating.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, I think that they're supposed to offset everything else. That's what it's
True.
supposed to do. It's supposed to
There is a lot
offset.
of salt in a lot of that stuff that we're eating.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, you have to consider that. So, I watched last night, I've been waiting for it, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
The
reunion.
reunion, yeah.
You have not seen it yet,
No, I haven't
from
had a
what I
chance.
understand. Okay. So,
But I'm a fan of the show, and as soon as I saw the commercial for it, I was like, I gotta check this out because it looks like from the commercial I saw, it looks very heartwarming. It actually looks like they go in depth into the show itself.
yeah, they do. They went into like the behind the scenes of filming it and how much 6 years connected them as family. They consider themselves simply as family because at every day of their life, from Monday through Friday, and Saturday, I believe, even they were there on that set
Yeah,
creating that world. And you get to, like they say, you're at your job more than you're at your home. And that's literally what was the case with them. It was very heartwarming. I would caution everyone to bring your tissues because I cried a lot. I cried a lot. I did. They revisited some scenes that were some of my favorite episodes, namely the one where Will sees his dad and he
oh,
asks,
that's a great episode. Yeah,
yes, that, oh, every time
that's
I
a
see
heart
it.
tugger.
Yeah, so
That's the moment I was like, Will can act.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, yeah. But he talks about that. He talks about that because that was not in the first take. So even though they filmed it in front of a live audience, they reshot takes if there was a mistake or something like that, and then they edited all together with the live audience in the background or whatever. So he had to do it. But what was the significant and the one thing that I felt was absent, and we couldn't, you know, they couldn't go without talking about the absence of James Avery and
yeah, because I was
the
thinking about it right
impact,
now. So
yeah, and the impact that he made on that show as Uncle Phil. And I think that all of us loved Uncle Phil.
yeah,
What he represented, he's like what everybody wanted in an uncle. And so they talk about his impact on the show because he was, out of everybody on that show, a seasoned actor. I think that he's a Shakespearean actor, and he brought a certain type of gravitas to the show that most people that were in the cast did not have. I mean, this was Will Smith's first show, so he wasn't, a seasoned actor. In fact, most of the cast were not seasoned actors,
you only have a
except the,
seasoned
except the old
actor,
except the old Aunt Viv,
right?
and I believe Jeffrey, the guy that plays Jeffrey, were kind of seasoned actors. Yes. So it was really, I highly recommend it. And then I hear that there's a Red Table episode of that afterwards. There was something that was very interesting that we talked about too, is and I'm sure everybody has seen some of the video, is that the old Aunt Viv reconciled with Will Smith. So they have the old Aunt Viv and they have the new Aunt Viv. And no respect to the Aunt Viv that lived out the series, but the first Aunt Viv to me was
Yeah,
amazing.
I agree.
She was amazing. And so when she got pregnant and there was this absence of her, I think everybody was just as devastated as I was when she was no longer there. So if anybody doesn't know about it, there was this rift between her. She was pregnant. She was going through some things in her personal life. She asked for more money for the show, which
I
is
remember. Yeah,
her right to do. But Will didn't handle it well. It was his decision to remove her from the show. He's 21
So it
years
was his
old.
decision.
He was
Okay.
feeling himself, huh?
It was his decision. Because
It
I
was
had
his
heard it was his
decision, and he
yeah.
admits it. He admits it. But I'm not going to take away from that moment. But he admitted that he just, he was young, and he just, he had arrogance and ego, and he described what was behind all of that, why he had so much arrogance and ego, and they resolved their issues. The one person, and I want everybody to watch this, which who was missing, was when she decided to reunite with the cast,
Right.
and to finally meet her counterpart for the first time, the person that played her
It must have been an
on the
interesting
role.
moment.
Yeah, because she had never met her. The one person that was missing from that was Antonio Ribeiro.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Alfonso Ribeiro. So if you all have been watching anything behind the scenes concerning that feud, his feud with her has been vicious. And I did not see Alfonso Ribeiro there when they were having this reunion. So I'm hoping that at some point they decide to reconcile based on Will being man enough to go in and admit his wrongdoing in her demise. Because literally it put a coffin in her career. It did. I mean, now she has a resurgence because everybody's past that. And I hope I see her in more work. I hope I get to work with her one day, for that matter, because I think she's awesome. She was an awesome actor, and I cannot forget that one time where she bested that woman dancing that choreography.
That's the episode I always remember.
What? That was so
she did a good job at being that person who's trying their best. Yeah.
She represented to me what a strong, successful Black woman, and a dark Black woman by that matter too, because we had not seen that type of representation in a lead role, a dark-skinned female actress, in a long time, or they're very few and far in between. And to have her be that role, to be that role model, and to be everything that everybody wanted, that episode to me will always be one that stands out, is her doing that choreography and still maintaining the core of being Black.
Exactly.
At the core of all that, she was still Black. She didn't separate herself from her walk in life, her narrative, her history. So it's very good. But anyway, let's go on. I don't want to talk there. I'm gonna give it a moment. But I'm really excited to bring on our first guest. I don't know very much about her. I think that you know her from how did you meet her, by the way, before I go in and talk about her?
It's funny. I saw her art with Mike Wilson, because she did a couple she did the album cover for Mike Wilson, and through Mike Wilson I started seeing all the stuff that she was creating, and it was amazing. So I friended her on Facebook, and I started chasing her to do an interview with her when we were in one of these conventions. And we missed each other a couple times when we were actually close enough to do the interview. So I've been chasing her for a while to get her on camera to showcase how amazing her work is. And so this whole time we've had this online Facebook, Instagram type of relationship. And the whole time it's me going, okay, so when can we interview? When can we interview? Because I just love your work. And she does amazing work. She's actually done a piece for Cadma where it's just a beautiful piece of art. She actually done a couple of pieces for Cadma. We commissioned her to do a couple of things.
So pardon my faux pas here, and this is me rushing and everything. So DZHELASI, that's how you pronounce her name. Her actual name is Marisol de Valle, but I put Maria, so I'm gonna have to correct that in post. But it's Marisol, so please forgive me, Marisol. But she is a New York artist and designer with a penchant for horror, currently living in Aurora, Illinois. Girl, how did you get there? And she started her career creating characters and items for various gaming websites. While she's done digital work for both print and web, she also uses traditional mediums such as paint, pencil, ink to create art pieces and products. She's known for her creepy, cute art style, and even usually be found can be usually found on Instagram drawing up artist trading cards. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's introduce to some and present to others Marisol del Valle, otherwise known as DZHELASI. Hi, how are
Hey, this
you?
Lexi.
Hi.
Hi.
You know what?
Hello.
How are you? Now, I have to ask this before we get into talking about your work. How
Uh-huh.
did you get to Aurora, Illinois? Because that's my part of
That's
the
a good
world.
question.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. That's kind of where I'm from. I'm from South Illinois, but I'm like, how did you get
oh
to like
wow.
the Chicago area? Yes.
Uh, long distance relationship.
Oh,
Oh, that would make
Yeah,
sense. Okay.
that's what it was.
all right, all right. I'm mad at you. If that's what you know. But I know it's cold as heck up there.
It
So
is
yeah, yeah. So how do you like that area up there? That's different from New York City. Still kind of
very
same
different.
vibe. Yeah.
I'm still trying to get used to it because the main thing is that I don't drive. And that's a
Hmm.
big
Ooh,
problem over here. Because in New York, you just jump on a train and you're good. But the art community here is really, really nice. And they comforted me and they had me do a lot of collaborations here as soon as I came in. So they welcomed me very well. So it's been pretty good.
Oh, good. I'm glad that you were embraced by the community there because having being somebody who like ran away from the Midwest and came to New York City, I'm glad to see that it's progressed. That's what I'm
Oh
happy
yeah,
to see.
I get that a lot though. Everybody's like, "Why did you leave New York to come to Aurora?" And then I have to do the whole, long
Yeah,
distance relationship thing. Then they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, okay, I guess," because everybody else is going the opposite way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I
Oh
just
yeah.
know that where you are, it's cold as heck in the wintertime, and you have some awful
Hmm.
snows. One
Yeah.
of the things that I ran away from being from St. Louis, actually living in St. Louis. So I totally know that, but I am very glad to see that it's progressed a lot and that you're comfortable and happy there.
Oh yeah.
Happy
The
to
art scene here is like they're doing a lot here, a lot for the
good.
community too. So I've done a lot of stuff recently with their art festival, doing their posters. I did a little wall for Veterans Day at the
nice.
local food pantry, things like that. So it's been really nice.
Oh, good, good, good. I'm glad to see this. Yay. Happy to hear this. So I'm going to go ahead and show some of your art so that we can kind of talk
Okay.
about it. So this is one of the
Ah,
items that you sent me. And I, and,
Hmm.
and I actually stole some stuff off your Facebook page too.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, but this is cute, and I love it and everything. But where's the
Thank
rest of
you.
her art? I want to see the rest of it and everything. But this is really cute. So what came up? How did you come up with this concept?
Well, when I first really started focusing with digital art, there was a medical accident that I had, um, and I had to get a trach and all this stuff. So I have a scar on my neck, and I really like horror and like cutesy stuff.
Mhm.
Really into Cartoon Network and horror movies, things of that nature. So I decided to put both together. So that's where I started the whole creepy cute um vibe.
Oh, wow. Oh, you are definitely our people because we love the same thing.
yes, we do.
Yeah.
Definitely our people. Oh, wow, that is so cute. And you know
Thank
what? I
you.
think that that would appeal to like a child that's in a hospital. It
Right,
kind of,
right.
yeah, that would probably appeal to them because of what they have to go through.
Hmm.
That's really
I've noticed
cool.
that a lot of my demographic tends to be kids,
Hmm.
and I like motivating them. Like when I see them at events, well, when we used to have events, um, just showing them that they can draw and make a career out of it, and be themselves, and do what they like to do, as opposed to what they see that might be mainstream, or they might think that people not might not like their stuff or like the same things that they do. Because I've noticed with conventions and things of that sort, we tend up finding a lot of people that like the things that we do, and come together and meet new friends and things of that nature. So it's been really cool in that sense.
Yeah, it is. It's a very close-knit community, a
Hmm.
very supportive community. So tell me about this one. I loved this one. Loved it.
I don't know. I think I saw a horror movie or something, and then it just got inspired to draw it. It's really hard to draw hands for a lot of artists. And I tried sketching it and it came out really nice. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep this one. So that's pretty much where that came from.
The color is so vibrant. It's so
Thank you.
vibrant. I love this.
Yeah, so
Uh,
into it's really nice. I love the detail, the way that you have the blood coming down the hand. It's just amazing.
yeah, it
Thank
really
you.
is good. It really is good. And I love that the character has long nail beds, which is for something that most people don't have. Really, seriously. Do you know what people do when you have long nail beds? This is like everybody wants long nail beds.
Uh,
So fingernail polish looks really good on people who have long nail beds, and they don't
it
have to wear their nails
more
long.
space, I guess, more real estate for the color.
More real estate, right? More real estate, absolutely.
Post art here.
Yeah, exactly,
Pretty much.
exactly. Okay, so
Oh,
this is like I think this is probably a logo, right?
Yes,
Or
it was a
what was this?
logo.
nice.
I was approached by a person that would do K-pop reaction videos, and this was a while back, and they were specific on what they wanted, so I just came up with my own details as far as like the gates and things of that sort, and came up with that, and they liked it, so they used it for a while on their shirts and on their YouTube page and things of that.
Wow.
Really nice. It's
So
really
Thank you.
amazing.
yeah, it really is. I was looking at the detail of it. So basically, what happens is that they tell you what they want or their concept. And do
Oh,
you come up with something for people specifically, or what? How does that work?
um, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. So this person was very specific about what they wanted. What they wanted. That they had envisioned something
Yeah,
similar to
they had a
this.
couple of ideas. Yeah, I
Oh,
think I just took all their separate ideas and sketched out stuff and then put it together. And then this was the sketch that they liked the most.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what happens when you have a situation where somebody can't figure out what they want to do?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
and but
I
then you say, I have an idea, but I just don't know what I want to do. Can you come up with something for me?
I would ask them about the business or what they're wanting the logo for,
Mhm.
and ask them certain things that they like, certain colors, just to try and have them talk more about what they do or what they like, and
Mhm.
then just grab little bits and pieces from what they tell me and then do some sketches. And then after the sketch process, they'll let me know what they like and don't like about certain things, and then I'll have them go on like Pinterest or something and let me know like if they want a logo for a bakery or something. Go check out some logos from bakeries and let me know what you like, what you don't like, so I can get more of a visual, and then
Mhm.
we'll just brainstorm and play around with ideas like that.
Now do you how long does it usually come up does it take you to come up with these ideas and
It
these
really
concepts for
depends on the
art?
person. It depends on the person and how much info they're um giving me at the time, because sometimes there's people that don't know pretty much anything. They just know that they need a logo, so it becomes a drawn out process.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes I have people that know exactly what they want or give me reference pictures and things like that, and then I can do it in like a couple of hours. It's all dependent and different on each client.
Hmm. Yeah, this one's nice. Now, what did you do this
Yeah,
one for? Obviously, it was a detail shop, but
right.
they just
One
kind of asked
so
you.
one of my sister's friends, my sister Chris, she tends to help me out a lot. She's like my manager, so to speak. And she directed me to one of her friends that was starting up a business, and all he knew is that he wanted a car for the logo, and he wanted sparkles. That's really all I got from him. So I just started putting bits and pieces together, and he finally decided that he liked this, and he wanted the whole little wheel behind it. And so it starts off small with, okay, I want a car, and then once I put the car together, it starts adding more and more details. So it came together after, I think it was about a month or so, that we went back and forth going on the logo.
Mhm. I like this. I mean, it
Yeah.
says everything that it speaks to everything about a brand new shiny car,
It does. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it speaks everything. I mean, it's definitely there. Now, this one
Okay.
I came across is you actually did this for a YouTube, somebody who does YouTube that actually is a YouTube
Mhm.
artist, basically.
Mhm.
So tell me how this came about. And I think this is so cute. I love this.
Thank you. It's Alex Samurai. He does YouTube videos, and I believe his mom approached me. But it's basically through Mike. So I guess she knew Mike, and then she approached me, and she said that she liked my stuff and what I did for him, and she wanted me to do the logo for her son,
Nice.
and she wanted him to have headphones and be a ninja. So I just like got some reference pictures, things like that, and then sent them over, and she told me what she liked, what she didn't like, and then I put it together for her.
So the Mike that we're talking about is Mike Wilson, and you all know the real Mike Wilson that we've interviewed in the past, who is also part of the Bitten Apple TV. And this is one of the things that is very interesting about this community is that we all help each other out.
Exactly.
We all have each other's backs. I understand that there is some competitiveness out there, but generally this community supports one another because they know how hard it is to do this kind of work and to get work. So I really love this one. Absolutely love this one.
This is so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can see this as an animated character.
Yeah. I'd say this is probably one of my favorites that you did that I came across. There's
Oh,
another
thank you.
one too, though. There's another one that I wanted to highlight. And this one looks like this was for an event.
It's a made up event, actually. It was for a class presentation.
Really?
They wanted me to. Yeah, this said there's no September 31st. All that stuff is a lie.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even
Oh,
think about
I
that.
wasn't even paying attention to that.
I did not even think about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was all made up
wow.
for a class that I took. Yeah.
That I like that.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
we
it's
got
so
a comment here
young
from
and
Chris
vibrant.
Whittack. Super proud of your art and how you progress as an artist. I will forever be your #1 fan.
Oh,
That's my
wow.
sister.
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. That's awesome.
Yeah,
She's
she's
just giving
super
you the
supportive.
support.
Super supportive.
This one too. I love
Oh,
this
it's a nice
one.
piece.
So tell
Thank
us
you.
about this.
So on Instagram there's a lot of stuff that's like draw this in your style, where artists draw a particular character and then they invite people in the community to draw their rendition of the character. So this one was for one of my art friends, La Salty Onion. She drew her character and then I just drew it in my style. So I try to
Nice.
jump on that a lot. It's pretty fun to do that because then when you don't know what you want to draw, or you're running out of ideas or you're in an art funk, if you look up like draw this in your style, you'll see a bunch of artists that are like, hey, draw my character in your style, and then they share it and things like that. So that's pretty cool.
Oh gosh. That's nice.
That's pretty good because I do the same thing with in the written writ when it comes to the writing, where I do the challenges. Well, people will challenge me to write something, and then I'll take whatever it is and formulate it into whatever little story I can put my mind to.
Oh, that's cool.
And I
Yeah.
also
I
do
didn't
like
even
a
know there was like an artist one. Like I just knew of the artist ones. I didn't know about the writers one, but that sounds fun.
Well, so the artist actually collabs with him. They come up with a concept, and then the artist writes out the concept. I mean, creates the art of the concept. It's really cool.
Yeah, I've done challenge or double challenge. The challenge is you create something or I create something, then the other person has to do something with it. Or the double challenge is we both create something and then we bring it together and see what happens.
Oh,
And at the
how would
same
I
time,
do this?
yeah,
Hey, if you want to do a challenge for the written writ,
Yes,
let's get it on.
I'm ready.
All right.
cool. And this one, oh my goodness, the
Oh
first
my God, it's amazing.
this one is so adorable.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That was another draw this in your art style challenge that I had just found randomly, and I saw a character and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and see if I can draw this. So like the little parts on her body or like the horns were like the most challenging for me, but I had a lot of fun doing this one. A lot of fun.
I love that one. Really love that one. And I love the fact that it's Japanese. That's what I
Yeah.
love about it. It
Yeah,
has
like
a
I like that too. Like it has a little bit of like Japanese basis and things of like that. So I really like that, especially like the sword play and like the facial features that they added on there with the like the small lipstick and things like
Yeah.
that.
really, really, that's just amazing. I could see that as like a little pop doll.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I was thinking about it as a doll.
Yeah, that would be cool, but that would definitely be on the artist and the one that actually did the designing and things like that. So I'll leave
Yeah,
that
'cause
to her to make some calls.
really
We would have to collab
doll.
with Shadow Rabbit, and Shadow Rabbit can actually create the
Ooh.
image.
Yeah, Shadow Rabbit could actually do something with this.
Yeah, I love that. This is
And by the way, Shadow Rabbit says hi because he's there on the side.
Shadow Rabbit is always supporting us on Saturdays. I guess when he's in the background creating, and then he's commenting at the same time. So now here's the interesting thing, that you have a relationship with Mike Wilson, and like we were all
Mhm.
talking about, that we all know Mike, and that you met Mike. I don't know how you met Mike, but actually
According to Mike, he said that they met at Japan night.
Oh, wow. I thought it was earlier than that, actually. I thought I met him on Facebook and then met him at Japan night, like actually met him at Japan night.
Oh,
If I'm not mistaken. That might be the story. I don't know. I have a bad memory, so
so when you all collaborated together, you actually drew Mike's album cover, which is probably the
yes.
dopest album cover I have ever seen.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is actually not the first one that I drew for him, though. This was one that was the more detailed one that I drew. Yeah.
That is a lot of detail there, yeah.
Look at that. Look at the whole room. And I totally got like the whole Spider-Man, the Miles Morales vibe here with this.
I think that was before.
Yeah.
I think that was before the movie came out, actually. And they might have taken it from me. I don't know.
Baby, girl, you better go ahead and toot your own horn. You better say that. That is so dope. It is so dope. I totally want to be in that room.
Yeah, I gotta admit, every time I see this room, I'm like, oh, this is a nice room.
I might have to make one and draw everybody in there.
Yeah,
we're all like chilling
we
in
have
the
to
room.
put our things in there, of course. We have to tell you certain things. I mean, I don't want Mike's things in my room. But yeah, I think what I really love about what this captures is that all of us who are creators, all of us that have done something in this vein, have had this moment where we were laying in our bed dreaming about what our life will be like. And that's what I see here.
Yeah.
So I can totally relate to this moment in this drawing. And of course, Mike being ultra creative as well, I could totally relate to this moment.
He was really into what he wanted for this, and really detailed. And that's why I like working with Mike, because he knows what he wants. And we go together and we brainstorm, and he's okay with me doing my thing as far as creativity is concerned, but still give me those pushes that I need to get stuff done and to get it done in a way that he likes, so I can help show his vision. And that's why we've been working so much together. Yeah.
Well, I might have to steal that computer set that is there.
Well, the funny thing is, that's actually Mike's computer setup.
Yeah.
Very lovely. That's actually Mike's computer setup.
That is?
Yeah.
His room is always this clean too. His room is so pristine. Jeez. That's just, look, I just can't believe it. His mother raised him well, because his room is just, not typical. It's a really clean room.
Yeah.
But I love this. This is like dope.
Thank you.
Definitely, you should look into doing more album covers, because this is just amazing.
I agree.
Unbelievable.
Well, I'm open for commissions if anybody want to hit me up for some album covers, logos, whatever.
There she is.
I actually will be talking to you, because I have a production company and we have yet to agree upon a logo. So you and I will talk. Yes.
That's a good way to go, Leslie. I think she'll get you what you want.
I think definitely. I mean, maybe this is how do you decide your pricing for your commissions?
That's a good question.
It would depend on how much detail they want. how many characters are in a piece, if they want a lot of characters or a little bit, and then based on what kind of DPI I need to send it in. So if it's going to be something that's commercial and they're going to make money off of, and it's going to be a higher resolution that needs to be print ready, it's going to be more price than something that they just want for web. That's just going to be like their profile picture. So
Gotcha.
something like that would be cheaper because it's going to be easier for me to do. And over time, they can't really print it out or anything like that. So they won't be making money off of it. If you're going to be making money off of the logo, then you're going to have to pay like the commercial licensing aspect of it, as opposed to something that's just going to be online. So that's
Oh,
that's one of the main things that I focus on when things like that occur, and then I have to do pricing, and then basically it's the commercial versus non-commercial, the sizing of it, and what details they want.
wow. That's like, oh, that is like a little detailed. I mean, I think that what we're coming across too is just the whole formality of what you need your logo for. Because generally you
Yeah.
need it for everything. You need it for
Mm-hmm.
everything, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it's worth it buying it. We actually went through one of those logo creator things where you can create your logo. What do they call it?
Oh,
I don't know what I don't know. It's one of those sites that a lot of artists go on, and then people just, they create a logo for you for like 50 bucks or whatever. But you get what you pay for.
yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. Plus
Yeah.
they bug you to death afterwards too, because people are hungry out there and they want, they need to they need that content. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually have you stay because
Okay.
I mean you're very important to
Thank you.
this particular project I get to. Well, true. I mean, you can add some. I'm just gonna have you stay on this one, so you're not getting booted out.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna keep you. We like you. So
All
I
right.
wanted to share your information one more time. Let me just share this
Okay.
so that everybody out there can go out there and support you.
Thank you.
So Chris is saying something about custom mink.
Oh, so Custom Ink? No, Custom Ink doesn't do your logos for you. It's something called like I forgot what it's called, like Flint. Oh shoot, I can't think of the name of it. Um, oh my goodness, help me out here. I don't know what it is, but it's something where they actually help you come up with your concept, but it costs money to do it. But it's almost like they bid on your to work. You get
Oh, like
money.
Fiverr?
That's it. Fiverr. I knew it began with an F. Yes, it's Fiverr.
Fiverr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Fiverr.
I mean, there are some good things on there, but then you don't know what you're going to be getting as far as an artist. You don't know, and some of these artists are like, they're all over the world, so they don't know, they don't have any concept of that they're bothering you too much or they're bugging you too
It's
much or
also like
whatever.
a dice throw because
Mm.
like let's say I commission something with Des, I know what I'm gonna get. I also get a chance to actually sit there, talk to her, make a relationship with the artist, so that I can commission something that's gonna be more personal.
Hmm. So this is where we can find Desalasi, and I corrected it. This is Marie del Valle. So
Thank
as a
you.
Marisol, sorry about that. And so you're
No,
at
no.
your website, which is desalasi.com, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
desalasi dot
Dot
art,
art.
and then
Mm-hmm.
Instagram at desalasi and at Twitter at desalasi.
Yeah, pretty
Correct?
much if you Google Desolasi, I'm pretty
She's
much the
she's
only
right.
thing you're gonna find.
Yeah. Isn't it
When I was looking up
great?
information on her, her
Yeah.
name just popped right up.
Actually,
It's just me.
how did you come up with desalasi?
Good question.
Well, like I was saying before, like I had a medical accident and then I started doing a lot of digital artwork and things of that nature. I'm really into mythology, and
Yeah.
Same thing here.
I wanted to make up a name that was like almost something that sounded mythological, kind of hard,
Mhm.
and I swore I saw this online when I was looking up stuff, like looking up random names. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, cool, I'm gonna use it. And then after I started
Never
using
saw
it
it
on
again.
like gaming sites and things like that, never, nothing. It's just me. It's weird,
Sounds
right?
like mythology just looking at the name, and I have to admit, somebody who loves mythology and studies it, it does sound like something straight out of one of the pantheons.
It does. It
Mhm.
does. I totally love that name. Yeah, I
Thank you.
totally like it. It is definitely unique. So there is only one DZHELASI out there, everybody. And go and
Yep,
like
there's
and
me.
support her, follow her, look for her art and everything. But we could not have this program without bringing the person that has one of the reasons why you aren't here outside of the fact that you do just the dope art is that this one person actually recommended you to be on this
Oh,
show. And we're going to keep you on here so that you can lend to this conversation. Not that
He's
he
actually participated in this thing that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. So, without further ado, first of all, I just want to tell you, when Mike was on here recently, Mike told us about this book that he wrote
mhm.
with his friend and partner Daniel Beath. This is my version. I went out and got it immediately because this is the Legends of Stupid Heroes book,
Heroes.
which I have already read, and I've like marked some of my favorite characters right here in here. I totally love this book. I love this book. It was exactly what it says. It was stupid. But I have to tell you that I had to laugh so hard at some of the stuff that I was just like, why didn't I think of this? Why did I think of this? So without further ado, please welcome everyone, Daniel Beath and Mr. Mike Wilson, the real Mike Wilson.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Mike. All right.
Hi.
No, man.
Yeah.
What's
Oh
up,
my
guys? What's up?
I'm so excited to have y'all here together. These my, we all. First of all, I miss y'all. I
Oh,
miss
same.
y'all a lot,
I miss you too.
a lot. Because
Feels like a Bitten Apple reunion.
Yeah.
pretty much so it is. It's pretty much so it is. But you all are here because you all came up with this concept. It is just like a really awesome, dope concept.
It is.
What? How did this come about? How did this, what happened when you all decided to have this collaboration?
I'll let Dan tell you guys because it's a little ridiculous, and I think he should be the one to explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got drunk and said, why not write a story?
And that's the whole story.
In a nutshell, that's it. In a nutshell, that's it.
And so, like, as you and I, as all of us we have our normal geeky talks and chats and, all that. And we were just like, you know what? There are stupid heroes. There has to be stupid heroes because there are too many geniuses out there. Why did they all get the abilities? So we were like, well, they probably died because, they're all stupid. So we're like, well, why not write that? Okay.
Well, hey, there's a lot of stupid people walking around here. So I don't know. I guess, and they still alive. They still alive. So I don't know. I don't know if they all died. It's just, they're just going around masking stupid people that we know. So this is just this. I love this book. I love this book.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it.
What? And not because, I know y'all. And I mean, I'm saying too, this was a dual thing. I am supporting you as well in your endeavor, but I probably wouldn't have gone and gotten it so quickly if it wasn't just for the whole concept of it.
Gotcha.
So I was just like, let me just, being loving superheroes and everything like that. How ridiculous could these characters be? They are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. The names are even ridiculous. The names of these characters are even ridiculous. At one time I was reading one. So I was reading, I know everybody loves Mothman. Mothman is probably a lot of people's favorite.
I think it's Dan's dad's favorite, actually.
Oh, yeah. Mothman is my favorite one. And I'm going to actually read one of these characters and stuff. But see the names of some of the characters in this book. Nose Man, Hobo Man, El Dinero. You know what that means. Turkey Man, Fish Man, of course, Mothman, and Conservative Man. Now, who would ever think that a conservative man would have a superpower? But there's a conservative man.
Yeah.
I mean, what made y'all come up with these names of these characters?
We were
Mike?
just being ridiculous. We were like, I think we at some point, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, we were like, okay, let's just kind of write out a list of the different characters we would want to write about. And over time, I think we started off with like 10 or 15. And you know, as you read them, most of those are the dudes, but we have a couple of ladies in here as well. But over time, we just started like figuring out, okay, well, we need more of this or more of that. And so we just kept playing around with the names. And Conservative Man, I think I mentioned when I was talking with you guys before, is just one of my favorites because of who he represents and kind of like, you know, what he's supposed to be and what that all means. And so, yeah, the names are kind of just the starting point, and then we kind of pulled back from the name and said, okay, how can we make this story ridiculous based on what the character is supposed to represent?
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I just love this. And people, you're getting such wonderful reviews.
Yeah,
On this
it's
book.
been great.
You're getting a lot of reviews on the book. I mean, I have to actually write my review on Amazon because I am, you know, I'm probably about 50% of Amazon's money right now because that's all I do is order. So it's gotten so bad that my husband tells me that my boyfriend in the Amazon truck comes every day to drop stuff off. Like, here's your
Nice.
boyfriend. Your boyfriend's here. I go, oh, and I run out so happy to the Amazon truck, you know. So we have DZHELASI. What character did you actually draw for this book?
Coffee spill.
Coffee spill.
I drew coffee spill. Mhm.
So
Coffee
coffee
spill.
spill. What now? Did you all just say, you know, they just gave you a name? The name of the character is Coffee Spill, and we just want to go ahead, want you to drive it, to drive that narrative there, or draw that particular character, or did you all have a concept of
Well,
what you wanted Coffee Spill to look like?
No, go ahead. That's awesome.
initially, I was supposed to draw more. I'm sorry, I was supposed to draw more characters, but I had like a lot of stuff going on. So I initially was gonna draw the cover, so I did the cover, and then
Right.
had some
I gotta
time,
admit,
and I
that
was like, I
cover
want
is
to draw
really
coffee spill.
catchy.
So this is Coffee Spill. Let me see if I can show this to everybody.
Yeah.
Let me pull me up.
Killed it. So beautiful.
Amazing.
It's a gorgeous.
Thank you.
It really is. It's really gorgeous. Very, very great character. Wow. So what now, have you all started your tour of this book?
I wish. Well,
right.
we've been doing some promotion on it, and Dan actually just sent out a book to I believe a TikToker out in South Africa to like hopefully kind of like do some content around it. So I think the book is like 4 or 5 days away from reaching them, and yeah, kind of going from there. In regards to the illustration stuff, though, DZHELASI totally killed the cover, the back cover as well. And yeah, I love these.
Dan's dad. Cute book. I like
Cool.
Mothman. Yeah, really.
Oh man, that's beautiful. That is so
If y'all
beautiful.
want to, I can always add you to these. So let me know.
Yeah, if you guys have any comments.
wanna add any. Yeah.
But the other illustrations in the book were actually drawn by some friends of ours. They came by one night and we were just like, hey, draw something. Dan drew a couple of characters. I drew a couple of characters. Scott Rivers and Tiffany Richards have some illustrations in there. And fun fact, they are not illustrators by trade like DZHELASI. So the characters and the illustrations are cute. They're very endearing, but they really add to the book, we think.
Really? I totally love this. Totally love this. I mean, you got to look at these reviews on here. And it was amazing when I found these reviews. I was like, let me just capture this as soon as I can on here so they can see this. It's really, really good. I want to read one of the characters in the book, in particular Mothman, because that's the one that Dan's dad
Seems to
likes.
be the popular one.
Gonna talk about this one. So here it is. Mothman. Mothman took up the alias of Mothman after being born as one half moth and one half man. At the moment of his birth, he decided to fight crime, being half moth and all. Endowed with the powers of flight and a terrible disposition for clothing, Mothman knew that he had to strip crime of its garbs. One day, after preventing a heinous crime of loitering by eating the clothes off the offender, he ate the clothes off the offender, causing him to flee naked. Mothman went home and noticed a light. You all know where this is going. The light flickered and flickered. Mothman could hear it calling him. Come here, Mr. Mothman. Unbeknownst to our hero, this light was no ordinary light. The light had a short, a devastating electric short. Our brave hero surveyed the light and descended slowly onto the bulb, which fired his brains and everything else for that matter. Mothman was no more. But his legacy will forever live on in our hearts for like a day.
Like a day.
Yeah. So cute. So cute. So cute. I can imagine just reading this to a kid, and just making it, and then having the kid come home to school and tell everybody, oh, my favorite superhero is Mothman. Who the heck is Mothman? Who the heck is Mothman? Well, he died. He went to a flickering light and he died. Just adorable. Just really, really, really cute. What are you all's plans with this? I mean, are you going to go further with this book? Are you all going to do a part 2? Because, honey, there's a lot of stupid people out there. Y'all got to do that. Y'all got to put some more stupid characters in this. What are your plans?
What do you think, Dan? What have we been talking about?
Yeah, I don't know if we have any more heroes. I think we've kind of gotten to the end at this point. I mean, who knows? We might end up coming up with some more and whatever. But we're playing around with the idea.
Is that we may all get drunk and stuff might happen.
I mean, yes, probably. That's obvious.
Maybe some stupid villains, maybe.
Yeah, stupid villains. Yeah, stupid villains. Go girl, stupid villains. That would be. Yeah,
that's actually partly a thought. We're throwing that around. Right
see?
Yeah.
There's lots to be on it.
Yeah, right.
Definitely. This is. I really want to see a second part of this. You have to do it. You have to do it. I mean, I know you're doing all of your promotion for this book right now, and I can highly listen. Go and support them. Find this book, support it. Just read it, even if you just want to chuckle. Even if you just want to go, oh, this is the book for that, and you can read it in like a day.
Yeah, very short book.
Just really, really, such a great idea.
I was talking to Mike right before we came on, and I think this is the perfect gift to give somebody. It's also the perfect Christmas gift to give somebody. It's just a really funny book, which will make people smile and laugh, like our friends are doing there in the picture.
Yeah,
well, I don't know what Mike's doing.
Exactly.
Mike is looking up in the distance.
Yeah, this is the thing. So this is you all's bio that's on the website that you have. So Daniel you do social work, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's
yes.
That's what you do in your survival.
Dan is dope.
Dan is dope. Dan is dope. Yeah, this is now called your survival job. It is not your real job. It's the job that you're surviving on until you become the successful writer and creator content or whatever, and possibly script writer for a new TV show called The Legend of Stupid Heroes. But this is, tell us a little bit about your backgrounds. Are you trying to say that there are a lot of geeks working in social work?
I mean, if they are, they're hiding. No, I mean, I'm just a huge geek. As some of you might know, I've had created a organization around 2008 called NY Sci-Fi and Fantasy. We did events. We went out to bars. We would go to people's apartments, watch TV shows and movies and stuff. Actually, that's how I ended up meeting Mike, through collaboration with him and the previous group he was part of. And then it just kind of evolved from there, just writing the books. I've just always wanted to contribute to the genre and contribute to the world of sci-fi and fantasy, because it's a wonderful place. And there's a lot of really great stuff out there.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. And how about you, Mike? Did you just wake up, being a rapper and a geek too, or just?
So actually, through knowing Dan and previous people I met, I actually kind of found my footing in the geek world. I didn't actually realize how much I was into sci-fi. Granted, I grew up loving things like Power Rangers and all this other stuff. But then I met a bunch of people who were super passionate about certain things. I'm like, I'm not like them. Then I had a bunch of conversations with Dan, and he's all like, "Yeah, you are." So, yeah.
You didn't want to own it. You didn't want to own it. You didn't want to embrace it.
I mean, I was rapping. I was like, oh, whatever. It's like two separate things. And then that's the thing that's really cool about, I think, both of the organizations Dan and I were a part of, is that we recognized the nature of kind of the urban community mixed in with the geek community, and how seamless it actually was. How many kids from the hood grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, for example. You could be a gangbanger, but then you're going in the house and you're worried about Goku, whether or not he's going to beat Frieza. Like, so it's just like, it was always kind of a thing for so many, especially kids of color, and which is a huge thing, I think, in the geek community, because a lot of times kids of color kind of feel like they don't really have a footing there. But again, so much of what we're into was already kind of in our worlds. Toonami, just in general, for so many kids of color, was kind of like the first place, even if they weren't collecting comic books, but they had friends playing Yu-Gi-Oh in school, right. Just all these different things that you didn't really pay attention to. Then as you get older, you're like, wait, no, I've always been a part of like two worlds, and then understanding how those two worlds kind of fuse, and how that affects you as an adult, and just how you do things, or how you view the world, or how you view sci-fi and fantasy, became kind of really important to me throughout that time. So,
I'm older than all of you all on this panel. I will say this, and I think that being a geek, and I didn't know how to identify with it. It was always innate with me. The fact that I would rush home and watch Ultraman and Speed Racer was a conduit to me that I did not understand that I was different, and I didn't know that I was different up until I found my people, which is y'all. I did not really understand what this was. It's just that I knew that I liked different things. I was very passionate about it. I knew that when I found people like me, it was so exciting to find somebody that loved the same things that I loved, video games, and at my age, I mean, somebody could look at me. I'm a 58-year-old woman still playing video games every day, honey, every day, and proud of it. And I think that it's nice when you find a community and you're supportive of it, because the thing is that it makes people come out and understand that there are people that are just like you. Back in the day, being Black and a geek, there was not even heard of.
Yeah.
They classified you as a whole nother ethnicity because you liked geekdom. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Of course.
And so, and I was okay. I owned that. I was, I identified that. I did not care that I was different than anybody else. And I think that is one of the superpowers of being a geek, is that you don't care that you're different. You don't care. You're going to go to the beat of your own drum. And 45 years from now, when you're going back to your, 40th classroom reunion, you're still young, vibrant, living life, and you have gone and made your own path. And I'm grateful for being a geek. That is my superpower. It keeps me young, So that's my little soapbox for all you out there who have not come out and accepted yourself in any kind of form. It is, embrace your identity.
Absolutely. Agreed.
So where are you all going to be next concerning this book? What are you doing? Are you doing interviews? What are you doing outside of this particular interview? What are you all doing to promote the book?
I think our biggest thing now is trying to get some of the social media influencers that we're entertained by. There's a guy named American Baron who does these amazing shorts and sketches on TikTok. It's like really intellectual, really great storytelling stuff. He has not answered me or Dan, so hopefully he hears this, or someone who knows him hears this, and he responds back to us, because we think he's great and we would love for him to actually check out the book. But there's a couple other people we've contacted just because of the way the world currently is. We just believe, and Dan, feel free to fill in, but we believe that the best way to reach more people right now would be through the social media people that we know and love. And so we've been trying to communicate with them. And there's a couple people who are answering, and we're just waiting for more.
Good. Just digress. I want to say hi to Rachel Salinas, who's out there watching. Thank you for supporting us today and coming to watch, sis. So good. So I hope that he hears this. Because this book is unique in that sense. I don't think that anybody has ever dedicated anything to the stupidity of a hero, And I really would love to see something like this comedically,
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
definitely. Hmm.
I mean, it's just so ridiculous, the things in it. But I want to know, were you all laughing a lot when you created these characters?
Yeah.
Definitely, all the time. Still laughing.
Still laughing? Yeah, it's
Still laughing.
hilarious. Very, very good.
I
So
don't
when
know,
it,
man. That sounds like it should have been a special episode of Drinks with the Geeks as you created the stuff.
Drinks with Geese. What is that, Ralph? I've never heard of that. Tell us.
Well, let me tell you more. Drinks with Geeks is the show that our friends Dan and Mike had when they were part of. What was the name of your organization again, Dan?
NY Sci-Fi Fantasy.
Yes. So they had their own show called Drinks with Geeks. So we are putting them on the YouTube channel right now so we can actually showcase to you guys these episodes of Drinks with Geeks.
What
Also,
happens in these shows?
Oh, it's an interesting thing that happens where you get inebriated and then you try to talk about what you're passionate about as a geek. And sometimes it goes weird.
so
We hope it does.
does it have to have a sci-fi theme? Does it have
No.
to specifically be sci-fi? It's just
Fantasy or
sci-fi.
sci-fi.
Fantasy or
That's
sci-fi.
been kind of the purpose, but we've been pretty loose on it, to be honest with you. We weren't too tight on that.
Oh, I want to do that. Let's have a virtual one.
You
Well,
want
that's what I was about to
We-
say.
we can
was
do
the
that.
fact that
I
we are
totally
actually
wanna do that.
working on new episodes of Drinks with Geeks, and now we got Leslie who wants to do an episode. So we'll have Leslie talk about what she's passionate about. What would your big passion be as a geek?
your biggest geeky passion?
My biggest geeky passion right now. Okay, well, outside of gaming, K-pop.
K-pop would be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
I would love to
I wanna
see
be on that
Leslie
That's a lot about it.
talking about K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop.
I'm about it.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I feel like I have discovered my high school, those days we used to sit up there and like fangirl over the back in the day it was Andy Gibb for me. It was Andy Gibb and Rex Smith and stuff like that. I have found my new I feel like a shame because I'm watching it and everything. And I'm telling my husband, "Ooh, look at this! This is such and such and such and such." And I'm like, "Oh, he's so cute." He's just looking at me like I have two heads. Like, why are you watching this stuff? Why are you watching this teeny bopper stuff? Totally love it. Love it. I am into everything and I am eating it up. I don't understand what it is in that music. It is just, it's addictive. It's addictive. And
Okay.
I love it. The color, the vibrancy. The guys are so beautiful. The guys and the girls are so beautiful.
And the dances and stuff.
And the dancing,
Yep.
yes.
Mhm.
And the songs are so well produced. Maybe sometimes overly produced, but who cares? But
Yeah.
that's my thing. That's my thing right now is K-pop. That Wano, that's my favorite.
So would you be down to
Yes.
do that
Oh my
while
God. I met him.
What? Oh goodness. Okay.
I
okay.
met him.
Let's wait for drinks.
Is this
Let's wait
thing
for
called high
drinks.
touch after the contest?
Okay. That's a drink discussion, definitely.
Dan, you might have to have them
See?
both on
All
for
right.
this one.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wano's new body right now. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That boy. Yes.
Mhm.
And have you watched the show where he's cooking with Wano? Wano makes food and he cooks and he talks to you while he's making food. It's just
Oh yeah.
love it.
I feel
Okay.
like I should walk out of this. Especially because I'm in between.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm allowed to have.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you
of
are.
course.
My
Yeah.
crushes, but
No
yes.
judgment here. Just
No,
wait till we
no.
have the alcohol so we can really enjoy the talk.
The K-pop is my new thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So, well, that's something to look forward to, Bitten Apple TV fans. We're going to do a Drinks with Geeks, a virtual one. Maybe have this discussion and bring DZHELASI in too. We'll talk about all those things that we like. All right. So this is where we can go and support Daniel and Michael's book, The Legends of Stupid Heroes. Go to their website, look at some of the reviews that people are writing. And if you do purchase the book, which is on Amazon right now, and it is on Amazon, is there any other format where you can purchase the book?
Oh, well, it's like literally on every Amazon in like every country. So it's super easy to get. We do have a Instagram. Dan, what's the Instagram? I always forget.
It's at Stupid Heroes.
Book, right? Is it at Stupid Heroes Book? I think it's
Oh, it's at Stupid Heroes Book. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, we could use more followers. Add Stupid Heroes Book. And yeah,
we should have a giveaway too. The giveaway's coming up soon.
This is true. DZHELASI is hosting a giveaway.
Ooh.
It should be up in the next couple of days, but it will include a book that is signed by all three of us, so it should be fun.
Yeah. Oh my! Look, Rachel just wrote. She said, "K-pop. My daughter loves BTS and TXT."
Lord
Rachel, I suggest that you watch BTS too. You'll be liking it also. So,
and Chris is all like, "Welcome to the rabbit hole."
Yeah,
yeah,
it's true. It's true. Anyway, so we will be following you. I can't wait for a part 2 of that book. I'm looking forward to it. And we are pretty much out of time, you all. Is that the Bitten Apples Apple Bites is going to be on break for Thanksgiving.
Makes sense.
And rightfully so. We need that time to be with our families. And what are you all doing for Thanksgiving? Who's cooking?
Good question.
I'm going to be with some family, and then it looks like if I can manage it, I'll be doing some Friendsgiving events with some good friends the following day.
I heard that. Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. So I will be cooking. Unfortunately, none of you all can come by to enjoy it.
Okay.
But next year, I will be having a night at my home finally, so that my Bitten Apple family can come and visit me.
You've been looking forward to this.
Yes, I have been. Look, we've been here for almost 2 years, and I have not been able to have company here just based on just some personal reasons, some things that were going on in my family. But I can't wait to
that and the pandemic itself.
Yep, exactly. I can't wait to have you all come by just for a holiday or whatever, and just us just being together as family. Yeah.
Very dope. Looking forward to it, Les.
Yeah. Somebody just said, I'm coming to your house too. No, I'm coming to your house, Mr. Dunn, because I know y'all cook. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. We are definitely out. We will see you. What's next Saturday, Ralph?
It should be December 5th.
December 5th. We will see you December 5th. And who is our guest on December 5th?
December 5th, we might be doing the special panel with a couple of authors at Rhode Island Expo. There we go.
Oh, that's right. We will be at Rhode Island Expo doing a panel with some authors. So we're really doing a virtual. Is that virtual?
Yeah, it's virtual.
Virtual. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm all over the place right now. So anyway, thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure. See us on December 5th. We'll be right here at the same time, 1:00 on YouTube and Facebook. Go to the Bitten Apples webpage and like and subscribe. Our YouTube, like and subscribe, and look at some of our old videos that we've had when we did at cons when we were all able to go to cons. There's some really great interviews on there. Some really good content, and we will see you on December the 5th. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful Saturday. And
take care, guys.
Happy blessed Thanksgiving. Take care.